7 of The Masked Singer, and this garden is shrinking by the minute. When it comes to the flower, things have officially wilted. Hi guys, I'm Daughtry Bailon.
And I'm Charlie O'Keefe, but first we have a very special guest with us tonight, straight from the stage of The Masked Singer. It is producer Brian Strickland.
Hello! I'm so honored to be here. I'm a little emotionally exhausted from that episode.
It was a lot, but we're expecting you to spill a lot of tea right here.
I'll do it.
And now, despite many performances being in full bloom, sadly there are no more petals to pick off the flower. Watch this.
Oh my God! I knew it! Mrs. Patti LaBelle!
Miss Patti!
Miss Patti!
Sweet potato pie,
Miss Patti and all her
Buttermilk
glory.
pie.
Wow, straight from Walmart?
Straight from Walmart.
We are such big Patti LaBelle fans. It was so cool to see her do The Masked Singer. So we obviously wanted to celebrate her victorious run on the show with all of her, this whole smorgasbord right here. We've got sweet potato.
These are delicious, by the way. I don't know if you've had them.
Oh, I
They're
have.
amazing.
They're incredible,
Yes.
and we plan on eating these in a few minutes when we get through the show. Are you shocked? Are you surprised? We knew it.
I've been calling this one since day one. I mean, that voice is just so recognizable and iconic. I have been saying Patti from the start.
Never Macy Gray?
In the beginning,
maybe,
look, I'm going to
okay.
give Charlie credit where it's due. He always championed that this was Patti LaBelle. I'm sort of like looking at all the clues and kind of piecing it all together. Towards the end of her run on the show, it got more and more obvious things like perfume, the guys playing patty cake, and the dominoes that spelled out, or that wrote 1944, the year that she was born.
Everything was pointing to Patti.
So you were surprised? You weren't surprised that it was Patti, but were you surprised that she got unmasked tonight?
Yes, I am. I think I wanted to see more of her. I liked her on the show. We haven't heard her do something like this in a while, so it was definitely different. But there's a few other big names under there, I think, that are going to be unmasked.
I think the most interesting thing about this is that this woman flat out denied that she was on The Masked Singer with Andy Cohen. Take a look.
Everyone says you're the flower on The Masked Singer.
I promise you, everybody. Well, they said I was the bee last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
and
was
who was
Gladys
the bee?
Knight.
Was Gladys?
Yeah, it was Gladys.
Now, if Gladys did it last year, it kind of makes sense. She would have maybe opened the door for someone of your caliber to come in.
No, honey, I ain't got time for be under no mask and suffocate. No way, the way it looked.
Now, you may remember a few weeks ago, we showed you another Masked Singer, Denial, from Adrienne Houghton of The Real. But here we are about to take a look at her, or the flamingo, shake her tail feather to another iconic bop.
Those vocals. I mean, this show has some damn good singers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, can you tell us? Can you confirm
Well,
our
I'm
theory?
just saying there's 7 remaining singers left.
Yes.
And the fact that Miss Patti LaBelle was unmasked today
Says
just
something.
says something.
There's some
legends.
big voices under those masks.
Absolutely.
So we have said Adrienne Bailon Houghton from the absolute beginning. That voice is super, super recognizable. Let's talk about tonight's clue package. She referenced the Eiffel Tower, which we all know Adrienne loves Paris. She actually got married there. And I also, being Hispanic myself, I love that she's Hispanic and she always peppers in a little bit of Spanish jargon into her clue packages. Tonight we heard Ay Dios mío. What did you pick up on?
Listen, I am a Cheetah Girls stan.
Yeah.
I love the Cheetah Girls. And we saw the Taj Mahal, which could have been a reference to Cheetah Girls One World, which is when they traveled to India to be in a Bollywood film.
Normal.
We also saw her hold up a cutout of 4 paper people. 4 people could allude to the 4 Cheetah Girls, the original group, and also her 4 co-hosts on The Real.
Oh, yes.
Are
we onto something?
I don't know. I'm thinking Jillian Michaels, the Joel McHale said.
What makes you think Jillian Michaels? Jillian Michaels is a trainer. I don't know her to be vocal.
If she has those vocals, I want an album of Jillian Michaels.
I mean, all I'm saying is expect the unexpected. You never know
Okay.
who it could be. Fantasia's been mentioned. There's a lot of people it could be.
Well, I think another thing that's so cool about this show is that we not only get to see cool talent, we get to see really emotional stories. And I got a little choked up watching the Flamingo talk about how confidence has never been her thing. This show has really kind of elevated her and brought her back to that place. We actually talked to Adrienne Bailon earlier this year, and she opened up about how her character in the Cheetah Girls is different from her and how it all relates back to confidence. Take a look.
Different from me, I think she probably would have had like a solo career. I think she was very confident. She was a lot more confident than I am in real life, and I would say maybe a fashion designer as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
A little Adrienne sprinkled in there.
Just a little bit of
Just
that,
a little.
you know?
So, I mean, someone as poised and on television every day like Adrienne Bailon, she still struggles with confidence. I think it's really relatable and wonderful to see. I mean, what do you think?
I don't know how. I mean, I'm not saying a word. I'm not saying who it is.
We
who it
think
isn't.
it's Adrienne.
Isn't she like a host every morning on that show? I don't know how she
Well,
could
yeah,
do
but she doesn't
both.
sing.
Do they shoot that in New York or do they
In
shoot
LA.
that here?
They
Okay.
shoot that here, yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
So the fact that she hasn't sang maybe in a while, she probably felt a little rusty in getting to not only be on The Masked Singer, but get such praise and acclaim from the judges and the audience. That's got to feel good.
I mean, her Lady Marmalade, whoever's it was,
Yes.
was amazing. Jenny was
Amazing.
Jenny's favorite of the year. It was really good.
I love
I
it.
agree with that one.
All right, guys. It's me. I'm back here again, your reigning president of the Seal Fan Club. I am still convinced that he is the leopard. Take a listen. I rest my case.
You remember the 21st night, September. Love was changing the minds of pretenders.
You are the biggest fan.
Correct.
What was pointing to Seal here for you?
So many things. If you are a Seal fan, you know all these things too. He referenced Paris and catwalks, and so I start thinking, well, this could definitely be an allusion to his ex-wife Heidi Klum, who is a huge supermodel, and not only that, Seal has actually performed on catwalks before. He performed at the Victoria's Secret fashion show as Heidi Klum strutted down the runway. Also relating back to Paris, he put out a whole live album called Live in Paris.
Ta-da.
Yeah.
The Australian flag is what got it for me. This one, he was actually a judge who turned the chair around every season for seasons 1 and 2 of The Voice Australia.
Right, and I think that's a very clever red herring they were trying to throw at us because Seal is British.
Yep.
So I think people were maybe, or I was at least initially a little thrown. I was like, wait, Australian flag? But then I was like, yes, The Voice.
And his vocal clue that we heard, his little ones will be shocked when they find out it's him. He has 4 kids, ages 10, 12, 14, and 15. Teenagers, I think it
Right.
would make sense. They're definitely watching, and they would be shocked if it was him.
You have to keep it a secret from your kids, right?
A lot of people think it's RuPaul, he's Mother Ru, Billy Porter.
Right.
I think Joe McHale may be onto something. Alec Baldwin, doesn't he have like 12 kids at this point?
does.
Brian, I invite you to watch The Masked Singer. I invite you to tune in and listen to those iconic vocals. I mean,
Sounds like Alec Baldwin to me.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
It's interesting. I want to talk about the clue that was a bat. And he
Yes.
used in a previous week in his clue package, heavy hitter. And so I'm like, what does this mean? Baseball? It's not baseball. It's the Batman movie. Seal had a song on the soundtrack to Batman Forever. It's the iconic Kiss from a Rose. Take a listen.
Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave.
All I know is Alec Baldwin's taking some bats to some paparazzi.
That is true.
To be Alec Baldwin.
You're clever. You're creative.
True.
We ain't
I
buying
don't
it.
know. I don't know.
And listen, I don't know about you, but I would certainly catch a grenade for this next performer. Take a look at the Rottweiler.
Yes, I would die for you, baby, but you won't do the same.
Okay, who would you catch a grenade for?
Chris Daughtry.
Yeah, we're still in agreement. We've said Chris Daughtry since week 1. Again, these vocalists have such distinct, unique sounding voices, but if you don't even want to buy the whole vocal of it all, we can take a look at the clue package. The facts speak for themselves. I mean, we've got Chris wearing this whole Rottweiler costume. Well, if you're a fan of Daughtry and you follow him on Instagram, he's actually already worn a dog head costume. It's him wearing this husky, and I feel like those parallels are just a little too similar.
Dog.
Right.
A dog on The Masked Singer.
Right?
I don't know. I mean, there's Clay Aiken, Ruben Studdard. There's a lot of idol people it could be.
I mean, yeah,
What about
but
Darren
no.
Criss?
They mentioned Darren Criss. I mean, why do you think it's Daughtry?
The 4 awards. This one's kind of a sad award, like a sad clue in a way. But we saw 4 awards. Well, Chris Daughtry actually has had 4 nominations for Grammy Awards, but has not taken one home. Those could be pointing to the awards he should have won or could have won, but didn't.
Well, that's why he's going for that Masked Singer
Exactly.
crown. The other thing that really kind of caught my attention was 12/26 is Boxing Day. So I was like, oh, does it have to do with his really healthy lifestyle? Well, actually, Boxing Day 12/26, that's Chris's birthday. He's a December 26th baby. So all of this evidence, I think, kind of settles our case.
I don't know. Boxing
What do you
Day,
think?
Mike Tyson.
Oh,
Mike
Mike
Tyson.
Tyson. Yeah, maybe.
There was one more clue that got me, though. We saw September circled on a calendar.
Oh, right. What was that?
Chris has a song called September. Take a listen.
In the middle of September,
Brian?
Billy Joe Armstrong,
He's just
Gavin
gonna keep rattling
Rossdale.
off
I don't
Every
know.
name.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know.
Wow. Well, you do throw out a lot of good names, but it's getting harder every single week to steer us in the other direction because we're so set in our ways. Before we wrap up, though, we do have some burning questions for you
Yes,
that we
lay
hope
'em
that you
on
can
me.
answer.
Absolutely.
Can you give us a clue for the rest of the season? There's still 7 singers in
Yes.
there. Can you just tell us what you can say?
I think the order of the unmaskings is going to be sort of shocking. I think if you have an idea of who the finals may be, it's probably very different from that.
Meaning who we think is a true front runner, not necessarily.
Absolutely. Yeah, an underdog may surpass people that you, I mean, again, like I said, with Patti LaBelle as the flower, like when she was unmasked tonight.
Yeah. An icon went home.
Yes, anything can happen.
And now one more thing.
Yeah.
We see a lot of fun moments with the judges on there. What are we not seeing that happens off
Well, I will
camera?
tell you one thing. Flower loved Ken's Bjork. I heard that all the performance producers told me that she thought that was the funniest thing ever.
That she could possibly get mistaken for
yes,
Bjork.
Bjork. She loved the Bjork comments.
Okay.
Can you tell us something behind the scenes-y about the judges? What goes on during commercial breaks? Are they trading notes? Are they...
They all are wonderful people. I work with all 4 of them, and I love them all very much like my children. Not really, but still.
Your
but,
friends.
I know, right? Nicole and Ken are like brother and sister. Those two were like so funny together. Joel McHale is going to be back next week as a guest judge.
Oh, that's exciting.
And then T-Pain is coming on, and he's actually really, really funny. I did not really. I
How
wasn't-
accurate were his guesses?
He's got some interesting, because he comes from the, and it's
yeah.
the first time we hear from somebody who's actually been on the other side. So his perspective is actually really, really interesting.
Interesting.
And is it true that you're already in the middle of season 3? Are you filming?
Pre-production, no filming has
Okay.
happened yet. All I can say about it is because like Kelly Osbourne said last week, those NDAs are no joke. I will have to move back to Tennessee if I can say anything. All I will say is we premiere on this after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And it's deserving of that time slot. It's bigger and better than ever.
And is there anyone that you would love to see on season 3?
That's a good question. There's 3 people.
Okay.
Let's hear.
I would love Jessica Simpson. Who doesn't love some Jessica
Yes.
Simpson?
Oh my God, turn her into a high heel.
Right,
a
she's so
cowboy
funny.
hat.
Yes. I also think Cher. Although, like Patti LaBelle, her voice
That
is so
voice.
iconic. You may know. And I would love to see somebody that we don't think of as a singer. Somebody like is an actor who has an incredible voice.
Yeah.
Somebody like Jake Gyllenhaal. I don't remember if you
Okay.
remember his SNL hosting where he
Yeah, he
sang
was
Dreamgirls.
amazing.
He's an amazing voice. I'm sure Jake Gyllenhaal would love to be on The Masked Singer. I would love to be.
Put it out there.
Yes,
Manifest
let's Jake
it.
Gyllenhaal.
Jake, we want you on The
Please
Masked
watch.
Singer.
Maggie Gyllenhaal, if you're watching, tell your brother to be on The Masked Singer.
All right, my last question
Yes.
for you. Going into season
Yes.
3, how are you raising the stakes? How is it going to be different?
Well, it's the Super Bowl season, so it's all about the S's. More singers, more surprises,
Ooh.
more shocks, more
Not ready.
spoilers, more everything. It's going to be really, really great, you guys.
So we're going to explode every week. as we sit here.
Every week, yes, absolutely.
I love it. With Miss Patti LaBelle gone, there's one less singer going for that top spot. We'll be back after Thanksgiving for the next episode, diving deeper into clue packages and performances.
And as usual, don't forget to post your comments below and tweet us who you think the remaining celebrities are, and let us know who you think could make it to the finale. I'm at Charles A. O'Keefe.
And I'm at Deidre Behar. Happy Thanksgiving. We love you. We'll
We're gonna
see you
go
next
eat
time.
all the pie.
Perfect Thanksgiving meal.
Buttermilk pie.
Patti LaBelle, Miss
For
Patti
Patty,
LaBelle.
Miss Patty.
We're pouring some out for you, Queen.